this month is going to be a little bit different in the way that my channel is set up. I am a guest designer for Counterfeit Kits in the month of April 2024. I'm very excited to work with this. So if you don't know, Counterfeit Kits takes a current kit, and this one is specifically by Tracy Reed. It's called Felicity, and they make a counterfeit kit similar to what Melanie and I did during our Calling Creatives. We made a counterfeit kit for Vicky Bouton's collection, and I'll list that in the upper right hand corner, so if you want to, you can go ahead and check that out too. I might even have a playlist, so that playlist, if I do have it, is going to be at the end of the video. So if you want more inspiration to curate your own kits based on something that's on the market now, that would be a great opportunity for you to go check out. So the way I always start my counterfeit kits is I look at the kit and I print it off. And this one is very pink, peach, blue, green, aqua, and brown. So that is kind of what I'm looking for when I first start my collection. And I always start with multicolors. So I went through and I picked some papers here that kind of fit the color scheme. And we're going to narrow them down together, because I figured that was a good opportunity for you to see what I see when we're looking at these kits. Now, this is not going to be perfect. I don't have any papers from the Felicity collection from Tracy Reed. It is a digital collection, so I don't have any papers from there. But I go through and I literally pull every paper, if it matches or not, well, that fits that color scheme. And I pick the ones that I want to play with, because I will be playing with this throughout the month. There are several challenges. One is forgery on the 4th. So on the 4th of this month, I will pick something in this kit and I'll make a forgery from it. That means I will take it and reproduce it with my own stash. But this is the multicolors. So there's a couple things that kind of stick out to me that are not going to work. Just kind of feeling the vibe of this. Very spring. It even says March in the upper left-hand corner here. There's some dark greens, some blues, some pinks. So this one right now screams at me that I don't want it. It is a dark brown when this is a light brown. And so that's part of the reason why I pulled the title of this kit, because it shows all the colors, and I love that she does that. The back of this, again, I don't like this, so that's a no. Okay, this one right here, again, sticks out to me because it's got the yellow, which is not here. It's also very dark compared to the logo. Now these right here are fine, but they're so close together that I don't think I could fussy cut this and even make it work, so no. Now I also am thinking I have a boy, so I do need to kind of lean more towards the blues and the greens, but I also want the mood and feel of this paper. So my mood and feel, I think, is going to come from this P13 Hello Summer from 2022. It has green. Now this is kind of like a limey or light green. It's got blue, which is a lighter blue, which is fine. It's got yellow, that's okay, and it's got some pink, but I feel like this, to me, would be Felicity. Like, Felicity is a very elegant name. So I think this one's gonna stay. So now I'm gonna kind of base all my other choices off of here. This is kind of watercolor, and this Carta Bella paper kind of has the watercolor flowers. It's got some of the brown in it, even though they're different browns. I think these two pair really well together. And I picked this because in the kits that Tracy Reed does, she has a lot of journaling cards. Like, that's 3 things of journaling cards, 2 things of traveler's notebooks, and in reality, when we look at 12 by 12 collections that are not digital, we usually just get these two sections, right? Paper and embellishments. But she really focuses in on those 4 by 3 and 3 by 4 cards. So these two are a yes. Then I'm kind of gauging this against here. I think this paper kind of has a gradient feel to it, and that's going to go together. And I'm picking multiple papers that have multicolor in them, because if I use this, then my whole kit is destroyed if I only have one. I don't know why this is like really sticking out to me. I like that pale pink. I like that blue. And then this is watercolor, but I don't have any sea pictures that I really want to document, so I'm going to save that for something else. This one has the right colors, but there's no black in this collection, so I'm going to toss that one. And I mean, it doesn't, I could use that. By all means, I could use it. But this one I am going to keep. There's these little like arches with floral bits, so I think that kind of represents it. My kit's going to kind of be big because I need to supplement for other things in it. And I like this one. So lots of florals in this. And then I feel like I need something that's going to be bringing in that brown more. So this is a green blue, and it kind of represents this paper right here that has these circles that are kind of sketchy and multicolor. So I think these are too bold. This is the wrong blue to match this. Like, that blue does not match, so it kind of drives me nuts. This one gives me Felicity vibes, but I just don't think it's the right... I don't like it. I just don't like it. And I don't really like this either with this kit. I might end up purging that paper, actually. I thought this was cute because it has the wood grain, but it has that pop of red I don't want to bring into it. Same with this one. Although I love this border right here from embellishments, and I love this saying and this stitching. I'm going to pass on it for right now. Because if I were to flip it over, yeah. Nope, I'm not going to do that one. It's too dark. Okay. So now that I have my multicolors, I can kind of put this up here. And we're going to go for pinks. So again, I was just kind of looking at this arch. I was looking for some horizontal lines. This paper really just stood out to me, and so I have a lot of this kind of pattern. So we've got circles, we've got the plaid. This one is very gold and pink. Some crosses. Again, that circle, but this also has dots, so if I need to switch it up. Straight lines. This is actually from Paper House Studio, and it's good paper. Good basic paper. Flowers. Lines. Now you can see my pinks range from like a warm purpley pink to very light pink. I don't like this. I don't like that heart. I like this better, but that's not the right color, so that's not gonna end up going. Got hearts, and then the dots and stripes from Echo Park, and then we're getting to green. So we're not gonna do green yet. We're coming back to that. So looking at this pattern down here, there's some hashtags in there, which kind of reminds me of this. That pink goes well with this Cartabella color. It goes well with here. So I think this one's definitely going to make it. And it has some floral options on the back, even though they're a little bit darker. I love this pattern. I don't know why. This is like one of my favorite pinks. I just love it. This is too purpley for both the title and the rest of the papers. Yeah, but I already kind of have a dark pink, so that's a no. There's a lot of hearts in here, so I'm going to grab, this one's a maybe, because it's pulling away from that peach color, so that's actually a no. I do need a very light pink, and I like this better than that. And then I want a white background pink, so that's one of these three. I've already got a plaid stripe. I already have big circles, so I think I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do that one. And then, yeah, for right now, I think that's it. So I'm going to pick those four, excuse me. Can't do my math. 4. So you can see I'm pulling in a lot of stuff here. Next are greens. So here are my options. Now these greens are going to vary wildly in color, because if you look at the title, there's 3 different greens here. So you've got a dark, medium, and light green. And from this paper right here, we've got some variety of green here. And then you've got, oof, the light green. This over here. Okay, and then the teal is next. So yes, to this one specifically, I love, this is giving me this P13 vibe. Totally same color. So this is a definite yes. Then I kind of need a medium green, which is kind of like right in here. This is another light green. And I think I'm going to add it here anyway, because I feel like it's still, again, really representing. That's 2 stripes. And if you look here on this, you've got an open plaid and then the crossing plaid. There is a little bit of watercolor right here, so I guess I could pull in back that piece here, because I think that really looks like this. I might just add this back in to give my kid a little bit of variety and a permission to use black. So I've got the green here covered, but there's also this like military green is what I would call it. This one screams Felicity to me, just like that name. It's very floral. And let's do a dark. Yeah, let's do a darker green. That's almost tone on tone dark green. And I get a bonus of peachy. So 4 greens. Plus a bonus, because I decided to pull that one back in. So I literally go in rainbow color order when I pull my paper. Yeah, I think that looks really good so far. Okay. So now, I couldn't tell if this was light green or aqua. Or teal. So I pulled 3 teals. And I think I'm just going to put 1 in here. So you got raindrops, because it's March. This, I love this paper. I don't know why. 2 of those, a dark and a light. And then this one. This is actually by Tracy Reed. So it fits the vibe of Felicity. Matches that color really well. I think I'm going to add this one. And then this one made me go, ooh. Like, ooh, I like that. So I'm going to add a second one. I'm going to add the rain because it's fun. My kid is massive. So throughout this month, I am going to go ahead and participate in all the challenges that are happening over on Counterfeit Kit Challenge Blog. They also participate heavily in Facebook. That would be perfect. Look at that blue watercolor. And then you get this one. And a light. And a light. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. So this blue on here is kind of leaning towards the more purple. Not as much the teal. But this blue leans way more towards this teal. Leans more towards this is like purple blue. This is like green blue, if that makes any sense. And then, and I need some good blues. I have a boy. I can't just scrapbook me all day long. So I think this is a good multicolor. And this brings in some of that black from here. So I might just put this in my multicolor. Multicolors are big, man. But when I try to scrapbook, I try to have 1 multicolor and 2 solids. So it's important to give myself variety when I look at the multicolor. Okay, so now we're looking... I definitely want these hearts, because I don't have any hearts yet. And that is a big major theme in her collection. I feel like this blue does a good job of matching my main paper. And it's got a solid background, which I love. I don't think this matches anything, even though this is the right mood and feel. So this is definitely the right mood and feel for this paper. It doesn't match, and I don't think I would pull it. So no. I think I might do this floral. I'm pretty sure this is by Tracy Reed too, actually. But it's definitely by Echo Park, which she designs for them. Too dark. Too dark. Well then. Fun Farm or My Favorite Spring. I'm going to do My Favorite Spring because look at these cutter parts. These cutter parts really match my kit too. Like really well. It's talking about March. It's got that watercolor vibe. Yes. So that's a 2-for-1. I need a darker blue. I'm going to do the butterfly. Ooh, and look at that teal in the background. Heck yeah. Yep. So sometimes when you can't decide, it's good to look at the back of the papers too. So this is my massive paper kit. I needed to do this part first before I could decide on embellishments and what I was going to do for my embellishments. Now that we have our kit papers picked, I did add brown because I forgot about it. Brown is not my color, but it is a color that's sort of heavy in this collection. Like it's one of the 4 main colors, so I felt like I had to add it. And I just added some wood grain, so not a big deal. But now we got to look at embellishments. Now, when I'm looking at these embellishments, they're very floral, very wordy, that kind of thing. Well, when I do these kinds of kits, I don't really have much in the way of color binders or color drawers. I really focus on my collections. And so the one things that I always have out that are readily available if I need just a little bit of color are my 49 Market color swatch things. So for example, this gives very spring vibes. It's got the pink, it's got a light teal, it's got the blue. So these laser cuts are going to be perfect for this. It's got this limey green. So that's going to end up in here. It does have yellow, but I can just ignore that. It's not going to be perfect, right? And my main paper has yellow, but I'm probably not going to try to use yellow. We'll see. Then I've got the Tidal Wave laser elements. Now this has this lime green, some dark green, some teal, some blue. So this is the other half of the rainbow, and this is floral, so that perfectly matches. I grabbed the Toast laser cut elements, so there's my brown. And then I have some Felicity Jane chalk fringe, which has all the colors. I probably wouldn't use this one or this one, but I would use that light pink. So that's perfect. And it gives a little bit of something different. Then back to 49 Market. I just picked these up. These teal mini laser cut elements. Now this teal is a lot darker than these. But because it's watercolor, there's the light, medium, and dark. Then I also have the teal ephemera stickers, which have a lot of brown. So I'm going to bring in the brown here. It also has a light, medium, and dark teal looking color. So that's perfect. And then the last thing that I brought in were the enamel dots. They match really well with my lighter color. I also have these enamel dots that get in some of that gold. These enamel dots that bring in some of that blue. These enamel dots that have the darker green and the brown. So I've got some options as far as enamel dots go. Oh, these even have hearts. So pink, dark green, brown, light pink, light green. I've got the Vintage Ancestry Everywhere wishing bubbles. So I think that's plenty of enamel dots, wishing bubbles, that kind of thing. The rest of my elements in my kit are going to have to be homemade. Stamping, die cutting, whatever. So you'll have to tune to the 4th to see what I end up making. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.